Welcome to the Best Life Ever Team podcast. I am your host, Prince Raphael Shawan. Tweet is PRS for short, and this is not your ordinary podcast. All right, so we're gonna jump right in. Welcome everybody. Listen, there's a lot going on in the world. Shout out to everybody out there who's going through things right now. Sending you love and light. Wish you the absolute best. That's what today's podcast is about. Today we're going to talk about your expectations. Just look at life like, what if life is the same as how you drive up to a drive-through window? And if you ask for nothing, you get nothing. But what you ask for, you usually get. Only difference is in the game of life, you don't really get what you ask for out of your mouth. You get what you expect at a subconscious level. So what if the universe is placing every order that your subconscious mind makes? Anything that your subconscious is wanting, the universe is bringing you that. And sometimes it feels like, I had people say like, well, why would I ask for what I'm dealing with if they're going through like a really tough time? And they say, why would I ask for this? And that's a really good question. But what I will say is the universe may answer after every trial that you've ever had, that you made it through. You had some kind of triumph and you came out stronger, no matter what. So when we look at things like a drawback or a deficit, what if it's really a gift? What if it's really a gift that's, teaching you how to expect better for yourself? What if we practice expecting things to go our way? I remember when I was younger, I would make a decision knowing that it wasn't good. And then, talking at church was a bad thing in my family. And my mom would give me this look from the choir stand, and I knew that when I got home, it could be mayhem. Like I was gonna get that whooping. But before I started talking, I had the expectation that if my mother saw me, that's what was gonna happen. What if I expected different? Even in life now, like people that you feel like you have differences with. What if you didn't expect to have those differences with those people? It doesn't mean that everything goes away, but you'll probably notice it a lot less and it would affect you a lot less. What if you didn't expect the bills to pile up? What if you didn't expect your boss to trip out? What if you didn't expect traffic? What if you didn't expect, your date to be late and then you miss your dinner plan? What if you just didn't expect all this negative, bad stuff that you don't like? And what if you practice expecting the stuff that you really want? I had to learn how to practice expecting the life that I know that I want, the life that I know that I deserve. And when you really start practicing self-love, you start making choices that allow you to have better life experiences. I just want you to know that life in the universe is not out to get you. It's literally just being obedient to your expectation. So if you practice expecting better things for yourself, I assure you, you will have a better life experience. Doesn't matter what position you're in life. Try it. Try it for the next 2 weeks, 15 days, 30 if you can. But for the next 2 weeks, just wake up every day and say, this day is going to be amazing, and see how it goes. Hit me in the comments and let me know, did you have a better 2 weeks? Did you have a better week? Did you have a better day just saying it? This is something that I try to remember to do as often as possible. I remember I used to be really tough on myself. I used to be tough on other people. I mean, at one point, after losing my sister and my granddad, and yeah, just life got real tough for me. I was a savage for a while, and I was angry, and I showed it. And people that know me know that I went through a period of time where I was in a dark place, and I was really just angry, lashing out at myself, lashing out at others. And I had to learn how to fall in love with myself again, fall in love with my life, fall in love with my peace. And now I'm doing a better job to fall in love with my expectations. I learned that no matter how much work I do on myself on the outside, working out, job, career, whatever, if your internal dialogue and your perception of yourself and your life is not good or in order, no matter what you do on the outside is not going to make you feel good. You're going to have this feeling that something is off, like it's not right. So you got to find a way to dig deep, face yourself, because it can be tough. I mean, some things will be tough because when we grow accustomed to living a certain way, things tend to want to hang on. The past, the old way of being, I mean, we get comfortable. So when you try to make changes, or you attempt to wake up every day and have a new life, that old life fights hard to try to stay with you. But you got to be determined. You got to be determined. Like, to do this, I mean, listen, you got to sacrifice for something in life. You might as well sacrifice for something that's going to be highly beneficial for you, yourself. You got to learn how to wake up, face the tough times. If you're a liar, stop lying. If you're a cheater, stop cheating. If you are just insecure, find more security in yourself. Get in the mirror, love on yourself more. Start working out. Start doing things that make you feel better. If you're just a hater, stop hating. Like, whatever it is that you're doing that you feel like is holding you back, challenge yourself to stop that right now. Because if you made it past the pandemic, blessings to everybody who went non-physical, who passed away during the pandemic. Bless everyone who passed away, period. Thank you for your contribution to this life. But anyone who's still here, you're here for a reason. Know that. Do something with the rest of your life. Start, writing down a list of things that you're proud of about yourself. And then write down a list of things that you're not proud of, that you know that you can work on and get better. And start taking care of those things. This will help you have better life expectations. When you know that you're being honest with yourself, keeping your word to yourself, doing what you know you said you're going to do, then you can start having better expectations in life, and then life can start showing up much better for you. It's all about you being willing to do the work, to do what it takes, spending your time focusing on yourself instead of focusing on other people and just constantly blaming people. This is something that I had to learn. I was a professional blamer. I had a PhD in blaming. I was blaming everybody for everything, no matter what it was. And it wasn't until I stopped and started blaming myself for my life, started blaming myself for the good stuff, the bad stuff, the confusing stuff, everything, because all of it makes me who I am. And none of it can happen without my permission, be it from my subconscious mind or just me from my conscious mind. Everything that happens in my life has to come by way of my permission, because it needs my attention for it to affect me. So you have to learn how to face yourself. Stop running from yourself. Stop blaming everybody else for the life that you're living right now. Yeah, could people possibly have something to do with some of the stuff you're experiencing? Yes. But if you're uncomfortable being around people, stop being around them. I don't care who it is. Everybody says, well, what if it's my kids? Okay, spend less time around them. Make them food, see them after school, go in the room. But what I will say is communicate with them. Communicate with them and let them know how you feel. Let them know what's going on. So if they care about you, you both can come together and find peace. Sometimes people can't do anything about a problem that you feel that you have with them because you haven't talked about it. You have to communicate. But the first person you need to communicate with is yourself. The most important love that you will ever know in this life is self-love, your love for yourself. You can't give anyone else authentic love until you're giving yourself authentic love, unconditional love. Learn how to be there for yourself. Be there for yourself wholeheartedly, full out. Then you can be there for other people. Then you can have much better expectations for yourself. Then you'll have much better expectations for other people. And guess what? The beauty of all this is if you can live the example in front of your kids, you can teach them by way of just seeing it, being exposed to someone really being honest with themselves and taking accountability and doing what they need to do to change. Because the things that we lack or our shortcomings aren't invisible to other people. So find a way to face yourself. Find a way to work on those things that you know that you have the power to work on and get better at. And the stuff that you can't, just accept it. It's you. And go where you celebrate it. Be around people that see how you are and love how you are. They cheer when they see you coming, hate to see you going. Those are your people. Your people aren't the people that see you coming like, oh man, or talking crap about you as soon as you leave. Those aren't your people. Your people are the people that talk good about you when you're not there. And if there's an issue with you, they'll speak to you in private about that. Not the people that big you up in front of you and when you're gone, they throwing dirt on you, you know? Those aren't your people. And the world has what? We just hit 8 billion people, what, yesterday or the day before, something like that? Listen, there's enough people out here in the world that will celebrate you, even if it's just one. You don't have to be around one person that doesn't celebrate you or doesn't have your best interests at heart. But first, you have to be that person. You have to be the person. If you're expecting a relationship, you have to become all these things that you want in this relationship. Remember, we get what we expect at a subconscious level. So if you want someone to show up as this perfect person that you have in your mind, that checklist that you have for someone else, make sure you're living that too. Because if a person come to you and they're like that, they have all these things on your list, don't you think they deserve to experience it from you too? Or should they just have it and then just take whatever you offer them? That's not how it works. So if you want someone with all these different qualifications and this list that you have, then you have to become all those things. You take that list, and if you're not being it already, become it. Become it and watch how fast that love you've been looking for shows up. Because we don't get what we're looking for. We get what we align with. When you align with things, it just comes to you like magic. So I'm not selling you fairy tales, telling you that you just, you don't have to do anything. I'm not saying that. The work is done from the inside out. There may be some outer things that you have to do, but the main work you have to do to expect a better life at a subconscious level is be better on the inside. See yourself as healthy. See yourself as happy. See yourself as getting better. Applaud yourself and celebrate yourself for the things that you have changed and accomplished. Celebrate yourself for the things that you've overcome. Only look back to see how far you've come. Stop talking about things if you feel there's an issue. Stop telling everybody. I saw a post, I don't know how true it is. It's not really a quote, but I saw something that said that Elon Musk's mother told him that if he tells more than one person about a problem, at that point, it's not a problem anymore. He just wants attention. And I mean, come on. Think of that. If you tell more than one person about the same thing, are you looking for people to just give you like sympathy, or are you really trying to find answers and solutions? And don't be afraid to go inside first. You got to go inside yourself first and ask for answers. Because the same creator that made all of us, remember before you were able to walk and talk and fend for yourself, something took care of you, something took care of me. We all have to go through it. I call it the faith test. From birth to awareness, there is something taking care of all of us. That same thing is with us our entire life. And once we become human and aware of ourselves, then we think we got it from here and we don't have to tap back into that thing that helped us in the beginning. But we need that. You need to activate that thing right now, whatever that is. Because to me, it's God. I call it God because that's the name that everybody else understands. But to me, I call it source. Inside myself, I call it source. the source of all creation, the source of love, the source of light, the source of evolution and creation of everything that we know. And that's what I tap in with, you know, and I trust that now. No matter what, I trust it. In 2020, I had to trust that more than I've ever trusted in my life. And I'm thankful that I did. My wife and I were celebrating how our faith grew so much. And I mean faith in good things always happening. Faith in no matter what, you're good. There's an energy in this universe that's rooting for all of us. It's the one that helped you be born. It's the one that counted you when you came on this planet. It got your back. It got my back. You need to tap in with that energy, because there's no way in the world to live this life in a peaceful way without it. And it's always looking out for us and taking care of us. But imagine how much more it will if you expected it to. Imagine how much more it will if you ask it to. If you learn how to meditate, sit in stillness, and receive the messages properly, instead of going through life guessing, feeling lost, feeling like, you know, everything's always happening to you and telling the same story. You know what happens? Just like I said with the drive-through. The moment you place that order by telling someone, every time you tell it, you give it new life. People give it new life. They give it new legs, and then they give it new wheels, and then eventually they give it wings, and now it can fly, and then it's a rocket, and now it's out of control. You gotta learn how to stop telling the most negative story and find a way to tell the story that you want to experience. Tell the best story. You can find the best way to tell a bad story or something that happened negatively. You can flip it. You can flip it. There's a lot of stuff that happened in this life, and only one side of the story is told. But there's also the side of what happens in the end, the scenario, the aftermath. There's always some kind of gift or blessing or triumph or some kind of reward that comes after a hard, tough time, if you make it through. That's why I tell anyone, if you're facing your worst moment in life, man, you're at the most amazing breakthrough of your life. This isn't time to give up. This is time to push forward. Push forward in the right way, though. You don't want to be on a treadmill. You want to actually be making moves. You want to be moving along the path. You want to flow with it. And if you don't know how, go inside, meditate. If you don't know how to meditate, pray. God, help me. Give me guidance. Show me what to do. How do I handle this? People are so afraid to talk to their creator. People are afraid to talk to themselves. Do you realize that you're renting your body? If you don't take care of it, you're not going to have this body forever. You got to take care of your body. So just like a plant, if you're more loving to yourself, if you're telling yourself, I love you, I appreciate you, thank you, human, thank you for giving me a great place to live, to someone else, that sounds crazy. To your body, you know what it sounds like? Love. You need to find a way to love yourself better. You want love from everybody else? You need love from you. You are wanting love from you more than you want it from anybody else in the world, because you know the kind of love you really want. You know the kind of love you really deserve. It's your love language. So you need to go inside and learn it as best as you can. Because if you're loving yourself really well, it's the best way to teach other people how to love you. That's how we all know. We know how to love you by how you love yourself. If you're constantly being laying down and getting ran over and stomped on by people and mistreated, dogged out, put last, all that, maybe it's because you're doing it to yourself. You deserve to be happy. You deserve a good life. You deserve to have the most amazing things that you've ever dreamt to be your reality. It's your birthright. You know how I know? Because you beat out over 300 trillion other cells to be here. So you're born a winner. We all are. I say it all the time. Because if you can remember that you came into this world as a winner, why are you worried about all these other little challenges that you go through? You made it through 100% of your challenges. Why? Because you're still here. And guess what? I say it all the time. Karma is undefeated. Do the right thing by yourself so the right thing happens. Now, and I mean by yourself and with other people, but do right by you. Treat you well as best as you can. If there's some shoes you like, get them shoes. Trust me, not getting the shoes and getting a cheaper version that breaks and you got to keep getting them, that's not going to make you feel good. It's going to make you complain about the brand, make you want the other shoe even more. Just get the shoe. If you get the shoe you really want, guess what happens? When you get that shoe, you wear that shoe. You feel better when you're wearing that shoe. When you're feeling better, you can attract more goodness. When you're feeling better, you expect more goodness. Do you see how it works? Everything starts from within. It's all an inside job. Happiness, love, peace, success, achievement. It's all from within. It's all energy and it's all the language of the universe. So if you want to win in this life, you have to start speaking the fluent language of self-love and great expectations. The only way that you will get the life that you know that you deserve and want and talk about and need and dream about is you have to start becoming better to yourself and for yourself. Then you can be an asset to other people. I talk to people all the time, and I used to feel like this. I used to be like, man, I'm a giver. And I would give my last. I would give and then have nothing. And then people would come for me in need. And I'm like, I gave everything away already. You know, now at this point, I'm angry and I have resentment because I've given everything that I had, and now I'm wanting more. Well, the key is if you're a real giver, you'll focus on being the best you can be and having the most you can have, being as successful as you can be, because the more you have, the more you can give. And if you're a true giver, you'll make sure you have so you can give to as many people as possible. That's the truth. Stop selling yourself short. Stop going out here living this life in a shell, nervous, scared, worried. Every time you've ever worried, you made it through, right? Like I keep saying, you're still here, so you made it through whatever. You tell me your worst story, I will show you your strength. If you are still here telling me the story and you're talking about what you went through and how it turned out and you're here, you are stronger than you're giving yourself credit for. You are more amazing than you're giving yourself credit for. I'm not telling you this so you can be puffed up and arrogant. I'm telling you this so you can be more confident and expect better for yourself. Because it's available. Do you realize how much and how abundant this universe is? It has every scenario, every possible scenario exists. So what if whatever you can make yourself believe at a subconscious level becomes your reality? Because that's how I feel life is. I feel that's how it works. Whatever is happening at my subconscious level, I'm experiencing. So challenge yourself to live your absolute best life ever. You can. And if you don't know how, ask God, how can I live my best life? If you don't call your creator God, if you don't believe in God, whatever you believe in, connect with it. Ask, even if it's just you asking yourself on the inside, how can I love you better? What am I here for? What do I need to be doing? Am I doing what I need to be doing? Show me who I need to do it with. Show me where I need to go. How long should I be doing it? Don't be afraid to ask these questions. People can call you crazy, but you know what else they'll call you? Happy and successful. When you start to tap in with yourself, connect with yourself, connect with your truth, and connect with this abundant universe that's given life every millisecond. Something was born just now somewhere. This planet is life-giving. It continuously gives life. It gives abundant life. It gives unconditional love, and it's constantly showing up for us. It's so easy to think about all the stuff that you can think of that will make you feel sad. But imagine how much great things, how many great things, how much good there is in this world. So much, so much. The ocean, the plants, the sky, everything. There's so much beauty in this world. And it's waiting for you to witness it. Stop waiting for permission to be you. Stop showing up socially acceptable for everybody. Because most of those people don't even care. People care about themselves. And people also care about what other people think of them. So sometimes people show up as characters. Stop showing up as a character of yourself, a caricature of yourself, and be the real you. I mean, I had to make this decision years ago. And believe me, I lost. I didn't lose, but I disengaged and disconnected from a lot of different people over it. It's okay. Like I said, the world just hit 8 billion people. Your tribe will show up for you. I'm here for the High Vibe Tribe. The High Vibe Tribe is a group of souls in this world that are here to add love, add light, help if we can, guidance, and we're here to listen. We're here to listen, understand, learn. We're here for unity. The High Vibe Tribe isn't just some cool saying. It's a real life. It's a real lifestyle. I represent the High Vibe Tribe to the fullest, and we all aspire to continue to live the best life ever, every moment, not just every day, because life happens in moments, and everything can change in one moment. So use your moments wisely. Don't waste your time, because it's the most valuable thing you have, and you're here for a purpose. Like I said, so much had to go right for you to be here. Use your time wisely. Use it to be something that you're proud of. It's not about making everybody else proud. Make yourself proud. Do what you can to look in the mirror everywhere you go and smile, because you're proud of who you are. Everything in this life is changing, evolving, growing. Make sure you're changing too. Make sure you're going with the flow. You don't want to get stuck, because getting stuck sucks. And stop worrying about what could go wrong and celebrate what could go right. Expect it. Look forward to it. Plan for it. Write down those things that you want to change about your life. Write down those things that you love about your life, and be the best you could be, because it's that time. This is the most valuable time of your life right now. It's the most valuable time. Why? Because it's always just right now. Once it's gone, you don't get it back. So make sure that everything that you're doing is putting you in alignment to add to your expectations of the best moments of your life, the best life experience possible, because that's all of our birthright. None of us is better than any of us. We're all the human race. Everybody is here trying to figure it out in every moment. Nobody's perfect. No one has all the answers. We're all just trying to figure it out. I'm sharing what I'm sharing because I've been in dark places and I'm not there anymore. I live in the light. And I live in the light in my heart. I live in the light in my mind. And I live in the light in my life. And I come online. I do podcasts now. I do all this stuff because if I can shine a light on one person's path and help them find their way, then I'm doing what I was born to do. Because we're all here to add something to this universe. Like our favorite athletes, Steph Curry is here to wow us with basketball. One of my favorite athletes of all time, Walter Payton, Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson. These people are here to wow us. Show us what it's like to live as your full self. I know you can be better. I know you will be better. I believe in you. You have nothing but time. Don't do it to prove it to anybody else. Do it because it's the real you. Don't hold back. Speak your mind with love and kindness. Be the best you can be. Don't blame anybody. If you're going to blame somebody, blame yourself. But don't even blame yourself, because we're all still learning. And make sure you remember your inner child. That inner little you is still in there, and it deserves love. Today, I just wanted to go on a rampage and just talk about how important it is to have great expectations, because you deserve it, and you deserve to live a life that's better than you've ever known. Best life.